Well, I've had three rather unconventional careers my entire life. I've been an archaeologist, I've been a scuba instructor, and I've been a travel photographer. Now, the one thing that all three of those share is that I travel a lot. And because of that, I'm in a lot of airports, I am lugging gear, and luggage becomes pretty important. It has been for decades for me. So I'm always kind of looking around, and I came across this piece from Level 8. And so not only do I owe them a big thank you for sending me this sample to try out, I kind of feel like I owe them an apology because I've gotten pretty cynical about luggage. I've tried enough luggage that I did not like. And over the years, it's really come down to a few different things. Now, here are my three typical gripes with a piece of luggage. So let's start with the wheels. We did get a roller after all, and rollers are no good if they don't roll very well. So these wheels are fantastic, and they're fantastic for a couple of really clear reasons. They've got bearings in here, which means they spin very easily. So of course, the wheel itself spins all the way around this way. There's bearings in here, so these wheels spin very easily as well. They are also individually bearing, which means these spin individually. This is not just a shaft that goes through, so both of these spin together. And if that's the case, that's where you can start to have some real problems with your wheels. So the first thing I did was I tested this out on a few different kinds of surfaces just to see how it rolled. And I started with the easiest one, which was just a wood floor in back. From there, I went on to some tile that had deeper grooves in it, handled that no problem at all. I tried this out on carpet, and then I even took it outside onto the rough concrete of our driveway with a big seam, and it rolled very well right over that. So absolutely no problems at all with the wheels. Very, very impressed. Now, the second thing I had mentioned that has caused me problems in the past is the zippers. If they're cheap zippers, they're hard to get open and closed, especially around the corners. The little pulls on them are sometimes too small and they break off. The zippers on here are great. I tried them all around the corners, back and forth, back and forth. They've got these really big zipper pulls on them, and they're very smooth. Not only on the zipper that goes around the outside of the bag, but as you can see here on the inside of the bag, which we'll get to in a minute, the zippers are the same kind of quality. So the zippers work really great on this as well. So on to the third thing that I've had problem with luggage before is just how well they hold up. Especially if you travel a lot, your luggage can really take a beating. And one of the reasons you probably got a hard case or that you're looking at a hard case is so that it will hold up better and protect what is ever inside of this. Now, this has got this nice polycarbonate shell, so I don't have worries about what I have inside being damaged. But the places that luggage always get beat up or broken is on the corners, almost without fail. So when I got this out of the box, again, I was just so pleased to see what they did. They've got metal protectors on all of these upper corners you can see in here. So now that my kind of big three concerns have been put to rest with this piece of luggage, I decided to start going through some of the other features. And now, if you don't have one of these, this is just an amazing thing to have if you do a lot of travel. And this is a TSA approved lock. Now, the way this works, you can see here, is that your zippers clip right in down here. And you've got a little code here that you can enter, and it will stay locked. But right next to it here, there is a little universal key that the TSA agents can use. They can pop that open. They can take a look inside of your luggage, and then when it's done, they can zip that back up and lock it again, and you don't even have to worry about it. So I was really happy to see that on there. Now, if you've never had a hard shell piece of luggage before and you were looking at this, and you may have noticed that there's two parallel sets of zippers on here. This top one is what's called an expander. So you can unzip that, and there's a soft portion in here so that the shells can expand apart a little bit, and it gives you a little bit more depth. For those trips where you maybe bought a few too many t-shirts on your trip and now all of a sudden your luggage doesn't close, you can open that expander and you'll get a little more depth out of your suitcase. And it's important to mention as well that you can order this particular piece either with or without the expander. Now, the final piece on the outside in terms of features that I wanted to take a look at is just the handle right here. So this is what we're going to use to extend out so we can pull this through the airport. What I liked about this handle was pretty simple. It's very easy to use and it works well. Go through any airport and you will see people struggling to pull the handles up on their luggage. You see it all the time. This has got a really easy to use button right on the top, and this extends out very, very easily and goes back in very easily as well. So I was already sold on this before I even opened the thing up, to be honest with you. But once I did open it up, there were a few things in here that I was really pleased to see. The design again in here is really well thought out. So on a lot of luggage I've used before, there's just one piece that you can unzip and put a bunch of clothes in there and flip it over. Now, this has got that same kind of divider in here that you can put all of your clothes in, and you can zip this up as well. However, it also has got compartments in here. So, and you can see on the other side, there's another big zip down compartment. And so what's nice about things like this is you can just unzip these all the way and have all of that space in there. Or if you want to kind of separate your things, you can do that in these different compartments. And again, the zippers work very well inside, really well thought out. So as I'd mentioned, I've had some kind of bad experience with luggage, and I was so pleasantly surprised when I got this out of the package and I started playing with it a little bit and going through all of the features. Just so surprised, very, very pleased with this. Level 8 really kind of outdid themselves and maybe even made me a bit less of a cynic when it comes to luggage. This is on my list of good travel equipment, and I will probably end up getting another one of these.